I will say a few more times. Michael Pfister is completely serious this time about being his last full-time semester in the MFA program at Rosemont College. I've known Michael for a really long time. I'm very sad when he graduates. Currently, he is stumbling through his thesis, not really, a novel about a student's experience with witchcraft while studying abroad in London. Michael wants to assure you that his novel is in no way inspired by his own experiences with witchcraft while he studied abroad in London. He is grateful for the wonderful classmates and professors he has encountered during his journey at Rosemont, and he will try his best not to keep it together while reading. Oh, not to keep it together?
Is that a typo?
Or predictive. It could be predictive.
He'll keep it together. Michael enjoys researching mythology, playing bass guitar, and procrastinating. If Michael had a website, he would plug it here, but he doesn't. So, welcome, Michael.
Thank you, Carla. And thank you, everyone. So I am interested in living mythology, which is what prompted me to spend time with Druids in Glastonbury. It was a really wild experience, and from that experience it's kind of snowballed into this novel that I'm working on right now. The novel is called Drowning. It does feature neo-paganism as a motif, but it's not entirely the focus of the work. I've always been a horror writer, and instead of ghosts and goblins, I'm kind of writing about a little bit more realistic form of horror that affects a lot of us every day, and that's drug addiction. And its crippling effects on the people involved with it and in their lives. So this scene is about halfway through the story. Jesse, the protagonist, is a self-aware alcoholic who is starting to get out of control. He's hearing the voice of someone in his head who he calls the engineer. And the world is physically reacting to his addiction around him, so it's kind of coming to life. In this scene, he's just been initiated into a coven of witches in Glastonbury, England, during Beltane, which is one of the high fire festivals in the Celtic Wheel of the Year. It's the one that has maypoles and bonfires and stuff. So here it is. The glow from distant balefires sets ablaze the thin snake of a stream before me. I am sitting on the embankment, the hiss of the running water mingling with thuds and cracks of an endless drum circle on this Beltane evening in Glastonbury. I have wandered away in curious search of the fairies rumored to dance here. It's not like I genuinely believe in fairies, that's silly. But merely hours after Riki's healer's hands sucked away the poison of stinging nettles from my arm, I'm willing to suspend my disbelief. I breathe in the perfume of the myrtle woven through my hair, sigh, and slosh my wine around in the bottle. It's a cool evening, and I've never seen so many stars. It seems English rain has taken the night off. Forever above me stretches the stellar carnival. It's small wonder the ancients saw gods in the sky. They were looking up. And I don't think we do that much anymore. The gods are dead, or in a state of dying, if they were ever there. For someone who was just initiated into a coven, I am surprised to find my cynicism still strong. But if the gods are out there, then let them come. Let them come, I say out loud, before a pull for my bottle. But it's not like any of us would pay attention. We medicate our prophets. Someone hiccups behind me, and I nearly fling my bottle into the street. Sorry state of affairs, isn't it? Says a slurry voice. Barely discernible under the starlight and faraway fire, a stocky, scruffy man who looks around 30 collapses on the ground next to me. He's wearing robes similar to the other druids, and like me, he wields a bottle, but his is ceramic and unlabeled. Mind if I sit here? He says, straightening up. Even through the myrtle and the toxic fume of my own breath, I can smell the liquor wafting from his pores. Can't find my pipes. Need a rest. Sure, I say, feeling intruded upon, but too polite and unsettled to say no. Thanks, says the man. He throws back his bottle and drinks, for a very long time. His furry double chin pumps up and down for a solid minute, during which my eyes grow wider and wider. Finally, he releases himself from the binge with a satisfied ah. He glances at me and frowns, as if he has forgotten I am here. Oh, I'm sorry. My manners. I see you've got something here, but try this. It's out of this world. He thrusts the bottle at me, and from the splashing, it sounds like it's still full. No thanks, I say. Sticking with wine tonight. The man is frozen for a second with the stupefied expression of a three-toed sloth on his face before he reclaims his bottle. Fair enough. No trust in people nowadays, is there? He says. It's not like that, I say, searching for an excuse and failing. Time to redirect. So you can't find your pipes? His sloth expression turns to defeat. No, I had them before and I dropped them somewhere. Maybe I gave them to someone. I don't remember much anymore. I can relate. Drinking as a profession is not kind to one's memory. I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe you can check in the morning? I offer. He shakes his head. No, I can't. I won't be here anymore. It's already past midnight, and this man is clearly in the twilight zone. There's no way he should be going home. But maybe that's unfair to say. More often than not, I make it home. That's the funny thing about it. I guess you could say that people like me place an extraordinary amount of trust in ourselves. We go out with the full knowledge that we are going to disappear. I trust that when the other in me replaces the shaking, sweaty reality of my daytime self, that he will guide me home. I share a pact with this other Jesse. I have become the other Jesse. So, the shaky, sweaty version of me during the day is actually the other, and my true self rallies to the thunk of the cork being yanked from the bottle. I live for that sound. The thunk, the glug-glug of red into that first cup of wine, the sweet smell that permeates the room and matches the reek of my sweat, the promise of oblivion just for one night. The man next to me belches, startling me out of wherever I just went. Guess I'll be on my way, he says, moving to stand. Sorry, I say, went adrift for a moment. You're not staying tonight? He frowns again and settles back down. Wish I could, but it just doesn't work that way anymore. What, are you married, I say, trying to lighten his mood. He releases a deep and wholesome laugh. Married, that's a good one. I love women, don't get me wrong, but they always run away from me. Just like these damn pipes. You think the stream has reeds in it? I need to get more. Want to make new pipes. Can't really tell, I say. Just spend the night and look again in the morning. That's what everyone else is doing. I told you, he says after gulping down more of his mystery brew. It doesn't work like that way. It doesn't work that way anymore. I don't get out much now. And when I do, it's only on nights like this. I nod. Working a lot? That's the problem, he says, raising his fist. I used to be so active. When I was much, much younger, I was in great shape. Had lots of friends. Lots and lots of women. Look at me now. I'm old and fat and worn out, and always so damn tired. Unless the dim light is playing tricks on me, I maintain that this man is no older than 30. You look very young to me, I say. Well, thanks, he says. I should be so lucky. Some of us are decrepit. My father was the greatest athlete in the world once, and now he's bedridden. Well, I'm sorry to hear that your father is ill, I say. I'm sure he was a great athlete. The man nods. He was. The very best. Fastest in the world. What was his name? I ask. The man purses his lips in deep thought. I don't remember, he says. Well, he must be in the terminal stages, what a lot of people call wet brain. Poor bastard has drunk himself into nothing. He wasn't at the ritual. I'm surprised he had the presence of mind even to show up at Beltane. Of course I was there, he says. You all invited me. Wait, what? I say. The hairs on my arm stand. What are you talking about? He regards me with suspicion. Then he stands to his feet, his knees popping under his robes. He is now alert, back straight, drawn from some emergency reserve of energy. He towers over me, and I am stuck on the ground. You don't know me, he says. You don't know how strong I used to be. We were all strong once. And some of us are still strong. The one who stalks you is strong. A shiver runs down my back and overtakes my entire body. I am aware of the feeling of falling. I cannot speak. I cannot move. You people used to love me. I was always there, lurking in the shadows, behind trees, under rocks, laughing, happy, so happy. But then you cast me away. I am rooted. Of all things you could have done to me, you made me red, gave me a pitchfork, and called me the devil. At least Shakespeare got me half right. Just because I like to party doesn't mean I'm evil. Party? I stammer. My sweat flows in rivulets to the stream. He smiles and holds up his bottle. Yeah, I like to party. I see you're freaked out. Line up, man. Don't panic. With that, he bursts into laughter. I'm just taking the piss. I know you're different. In fact, I have to thank you. All you fine people. I need to get out more often. There are others, I say, somehow forcing myself to speak. Of course there are others, he says. We come to those who ask for us. I think of the engineer, the voice in my head. And you know who stalks me? I say. Is it you? It isn't me. And I shouldn't have opened my mouth. There's enough squabbling that goes on in my dysfunctional family. Some of us are still bitter about what happened at Troy. He moves to leave, then stops. Now I remember. Hermes. Hermes is the name of my father. Well, I have to go. You have no idea the hardships I've endured for those damn pipes. It would be a shame if I were to lose them. But wait, I say. I need to know what is happening to me. He turns to me, and I see that, for the first time, poking through the tufts of his hair are two small horns. The drumming has become a single, monotonous beat. He smiles. He leers so widely that his bearded face has taken on the qualities of a salacious goat. When the veil is thin, he says, you will cross over. And with that, Pan disappears into the Somerset night. For a while, I sit by the stream, deprived of the energy to move my legs, let alone nurse my bottle. And I contemplate my refusal of the drink he offered. The drumming stops. In the distance, a small blue ball of light appears and twirls through the trees, somersaulting and skipping like a child. I watch the wisp with strange indifference. As the minutes pass, the feeling of being physically drained dissipates, and as the ball fades away in the forest to a speck like one of the millions of stars above, and then finally disappears into nothing, the ethereal arpeggios of vagabond panpipes are the only sounds in the world. Thank you.